found footage formula is one of horror's simplest yet most powerful. No CGI monsters, no million-dollar sets, just a handheld camera, a terrified voice, and the illusion that this really happened. The camera shakes, someone screaming, and suddenly, you're not watching a movie, you're inside it. From the Blair Witch Project to Paranormal Activity, the found footage style continues to haunt us. But why does it still work? So, what is it? It's because these films blur the line between what's fictional and what's real. They don't just show you the horror, they trap you inside it. That's the secret behind the found footage formula. Found footage is a filmmaking technique that simulates actual recordings found after a frightening event has occurred. Instead of a traditional polished movie, it appears as if the audience is viewing raw, unedited footage, something like a lost tape, a police video, or a final recording from a vlogger. This is why the shots are often unsteady, the lighting is poor, and the sound seems disorganized, all on purpose. It's like watching a true crime documentary, except this time, it's fictional. Every clip feels like something detectives recovered from real case footage pieced together to uncover what really happened. Found footage horror is more than just a gimmick. It serves to bend your mind psychologically. Origin and movies. To understand why found footage keeps us watching, it's important we explore its origins. It was first widely recognized in the 1999 movie The Blair Witch Project. It is a film that feels incredibly raw and realistic, leading audiences to genuinely question whether the footage is real. In this movie, we follow the lives of 3 student filmmakers who venture into the woods to create a documentary about a local legend, the Blair Witch. They get lost, strange things happen at night, and their footage is later found after their disappearance. The entire film is made from their handheld recordings, making it feel like a missing persons case or a real-life documentary. While the concept of found footage had existed before and was seen in many movies, it was the Blair Witch Project that popularized it for modern audiences. Yet, there's an unsettling lack of polish, a rawness that seeps into our minds. For a few haunting hours, we find ourselves thrilled, wavering on the edge of belief just as Josh whispered in the shadows, convinced that what unfolds before us isn't just a story. The Blair Witch Project was innovative and, importantly, frightening. Instead of observing from the comfort of our home, we experienced the fear alongside Heather, Josh, and Mike. We felt their increasing discomforts and were startled at the sudden movements seen through night vision. Another big name in the found footage genre is Paranormal Activity, released in 2007. While the Blair Witch Project inspired countless imitators, none captured the raw terror and authenticity of real footage quite like Oren Peli's inexpensive masterpiece. To cut costs, this movie was filmed almost entirely inside a suburban home, with a single stationary camera as its silent witness. It follows a young couple whose peaceful lives slowly unravel as something unseen begins to haunt their nights. Paranormal Activity was shot with a minimal crew and proved that the scariest moments aren't always the loudest. Sometimes, it's the quiet footage you can't take your eyes off of. Similar to Blair Witch, it has a straightforward concept, yet it is enhanced by the found footage style and a persistent feeling that it might be reality. Just like Blair Witch, the movie was striking enough in a festival setting to attract the interest of Hollywood, although it was initially thought that Peli would merely create a remake for a larger production. Movies like these blew up the horror movie industry and led to more pieces such as The Creep, Wreck, and Lake Mungo. The idea behind it. Each of these films, like The Blair Witch Project and Paranormal Activity, utilized a straightforward technique, incorporating the camera into the story. This choice goes beyond mere filming. It functions as a psychological strategy. The found footage formula centers around presenting recovered, raw, and unedited footage as compelling evidence of horrific events. It immerses the audience in the experience, making the narrative feel authentic and immediate. It offers a first-person perspective, placing the audience directly in the character's shoes, which enhances empathy and the feeling of witnessing events firsthand. These movies have a deliberate use of shaky cameras, poor lighting, muffled audio, and glitches, which bypass the audience's natural defense mechanisms against polished fiction and make the footage feel like something they could have shot themselves. We know that movies often utilize minimalist storytelling and avoid complex plots and character development in favor of a slow buildup of dread. This approach focuses on the immediate, visceral experience of panic and chaos. The essence of this formula is the fear of the unknown. By selectively choosing what the camera shows, or by relying on off-screen noises, the genre compels the audience's imagination to fill in the gaps. This often creates a sense of fear that is scarier than any on-screen monster. Not only that, but maintaining the idea that found footage is raw and unaltered, these films frequently forego a musical score. This intentional lack of music heightens the impression of authenticity and fosters a more natural experience for viewers. This effect is evident in the final scene of the spine-tingling Paranormal Activity. The absence of a score contributes to its sense of realism and genuineness. Why are they game changers? The found footage formula isn't just a clever filmmaking technique, it's a game changer. It fundamentally changes how horror connects with the audience. Rather than allowing us to observe fear from afar, it pulls us directly into the experience. This unique approach separates it from other horror styles. Similarly, the use of found footage in storytelling serves multiple purposes, each enhancing the immersive experience for the viewer. The movies are filmed in such a way that a strong connection between the audience and the film's characters is developed. It significantly enhances the emotional experience for viewers and makes them fully immersed. In horror movies, the buildup of suspense and fear intensifies, pulling viewers into the terrifying events on screen. Action films become more exhilarating as the sense of adventure increases. Dramatic moments resonate more deeply, evoking a more profound emotional response from the audience. Why shaky cams still terrify us? Even after decades of horror innovation, shaky cams continue to unsettle us because they tap into something primal. That is our need for visual stability and safety. In any ordinary horror movie, we find comfort in the fact that the story is completely fictional. However, the found footage formula is a tool used to snatch this feeling away. When the camera jerks, our brains instinctively react as though we're in danger. That tiny moment of disorientation tricks the nervous system, releasing adrenaline and heightening anxiety. We're not just scared by what's on screen, our bodies react to how it's shown. This physical unease is amplified by emotional confusion. We know that found footage doesn't give us the clean structure of traditional movies. For example, the shaking lens hides as much as it reveals, and that unpredictability fuels our fear levels. We're left scanning every blurry frame for meaning, for movements, for something we might have missed, just like people do when watching real-life disasters. Similarly, shaky camera work in horror films captures the unsettling turmoil of our reality today. Almost every viral clip, live stream, or breaking news video is a chaotic blur of frantic movements and incomplete images, plunging us into a world of uncertainty. It feels as if we're peering into something unfiltered, a glimpse into darkness we were never meant to see. Ultimately, shaky cameras grip us with terror as they shatter the fragile barrier between the screen and our own psyche. They ensnare our senses, pulling us into the nightmare, making us unwilling participants in the horror unfolding before us. If you enjoyed diving into the world of found footage horror, hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into what scares us, and let us know in the comments, which shaky cam moment still haunts you the most?